I know you're going to say Britney Spears is crazy. You're going to call her toxic. You're going to say she's outrageous. You're going to call her a toy soldier. You're going to call her a mannequin. You're going to call her a freak show. You're going to say that she's selfish. But we need to talk about her money-hungry ex, Kevin Federline, smearing her name once again for a check. And with that said, this is Anonymous T. And let's get it crack-a-lackin'. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous T. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous T Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous T Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, he's at AnonymousRealityT. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we are talking about Britney Spears' money-hungry ex, Kevin Federline, once again needing a check because those $40,000 a month child support payments have stopped coming through the direct deposit, and he refuses to get a regular 9-to-5, and him and his current wife were living off of Britney Spears' finances all of this time. We are first going to talk about this article in this video, alleging that Britney Spears called Justin Timberlake the night before their wedding, and here is why I do not care, because Kevin Federline, you are a womanizer, so I do not care. You started all of this foolishness by leaving your pregnant fiance, Shar Jackson, to chase after Britney Spears, who was the cash cow. Now, here's the thing. I can call out Britney Spears' rights and wrongs. I like Britney. She was wrong for being involved with an unavailable man in Kevin Federline and an unavailable man in Columbus Short, allegedly. But unfortunately, all of these men have used her, have betrayed her, have taken advantage of her, and she has nobody in her circle, no family, no friends, nobody to help her and to steer her into the right direction. They all took advantage. They all allegedly kept her doped up, kept her under all types of influences, had that guardianship under her for so long, y'all. She was never in a position to get the right help and the right support she needs because all everybody cared about was that money. So with that being said, let's get into the People article. So it says the following. It says, Spears previously responded to Federline's upcoming memoir with a statement that said all she cares about are her kids. Which, if you gave a crap about the kids, Kevin Federline, this alleged tell-all smear campaign against their mom should be nowhere to be found. And the thing of it is, I just feel like, well, I'm going to say it after this. Britney Spears allegedly gave her ex-boyfriend Justin Timberlake a ring the night before she married Kevin Federline. Kevin Federline claims in a new interview. The DJ and reality star, 47, told Entertainment Tonight Tuesday, October 14th, that Spears, 43, called Timberlake, from who she split with 2 years earlier, just before they said I do in September 2004, in order to leave that chapter of her life behind. I was like, what's wrong? I thought she was talking to her mom on the phone or something, or maybe she was having doubts, Federline recalled, and she told me she was on the phone with Justin. Federline asked whether he heard his fiancée correctly while reassuring her that there was no pressure to tie the knot if she was just having doubts. Oh, please! Britney Spears could have cheated on you with anybody, Kevin Federline. You were not turning down the opportunity to marry her and get access to the lifestyle, which we're going to talk about in a little bit later. I just kind of stepped back and I was like, did I hear you right? What the welly is going on? And I immediately was like, okay, we don't have to do this. I didn't care if we got married or not. He said, lies. And she told me no and was really like, I just wanted to make sure that everything is done. I want to make sure that I say my final piece. And I'm like, DAMN, on the night before our wedding, is this what you decide to do? Reps for Spears and Timberlake did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Federline said that he took it with a grain of salt at the time and rationalized her explanation by telling himself that she was likely closing a chapter of her life. So you felt that way all these decades ago, that she was closing a chapter, but now that you are broke, you ain't got it. Now all of a sudden you got to change your heart. Please miss me with this foolishness. I was super young. I was madly in love in that moment. No, you weren't. You were in love with Britney Schmutty. And he said, I couldn't imagine what it was like to be her. I couldn't imagine what it was like to be Justin in those moments because they were super young. You're talking like teenagers that had to go through this globally. And I know that they really cared about each other back then. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, you guys. I don't believe anything Kevin's saying right now. Because you guys used to shade Justin Timberlake on that reality show. Make it make sense. Now all of a sudden you're sympathetic to Justin Timberlake. Please miss me with this false retell, you guys. Remember the chaotic reality show? Go watch that, y'all. He added that he felt as though Spears was not over the relationship with Justin Timberlake at the time. I don't buy that. Spears and Timberlake 44 dated from 1999 to 2002. In her 2023 memoir, The Woman in Me, the toxic singer revealed that she became pregnant with Timberlake's baby while they were together, but had an unalived procedure. She writes in the book, if it had been left up to me alone, I would have never done it, and yet Justin was so sure he did not want to be a father. In 2021, the Can't Stop the Feeling singer publicly apologized to Spears for his behavior surrounding their breakup, and which included the song Cry Me a River, a music video that claimed Britney Spears was a bad light, and public comments about their sex life. Spears later supported his song Selfish in an Instagram post in 2024. Federline is set to release his memoir, You Thought You Knew. This is a hot mess. On October 21st, don't buy it, y'all. And an excerpt published in the New York Times revealed that he wrote that he was worried about his ex-wife's situation, which he believes is, quote, racing towards something irreversible. The former couple were married from 2004 to 2007 and share sons Sean Preston, 20, and Jaden James, 19. Again, both past the age of 18, both past receiving child support payments. A representative for Spears spoke out in a statement ahead of the memoir's release. With news from Kevin Books breaking once again, he and others are profiting off of her, and sadly, it comes after child support has ended with Kevin. Thank you, the statement reads. Why can't they put a cease and desist and stop this book from coming out? All she cares about are her kids, Sean Preston and Jaden James, and their well-being during the sensationalism. She has detailed her journey in her memoir. In his interview with ET, Federline said money was not the reason for writing the memoir. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And screw these publications as well. This was the whole point when all these documentaries came out exposing Justin Timberlake, is how obsessed with Britney Spears they are and tearing her down and demoralizing her and picking apart at everything. That is what her song Piece of Me is talking about. You all want a piece of her, whether it is true or false, and y'all do not take account of this woman's mental health. Make it make sense. And so he says as well that money's not the reason, but rather it was for his children. He's a dad to 4 other kids in addition to his sons with Britney Spears. No. I'm doing this now because I wanted to make sure that my children were old enough to understand what I'm doing. No. You're trying to put the nail in the coffin so that the kids hate their mother. But then what's going to happen is if something unfortunate happens to her and y'all don't have access to whatever her estate is worth, y'all are going to cry foul. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I hope Britney has it set up, if she has control of that aspect of her life now, to just give all of her money away if and when something happens to her. Because it's setting up that way. They want Britney out of here because she's not doing what they want her to do, which is continue to work, continue to perform, and continue to make all this shmoney that they can try to gain access to. And since she's not performing, since she quit Vegas and all of these things, y'all got a problem with it. Everything has always been about my family, and that's what people don't really realize, is that every step I've taken has been for the benefit of my children. No, it hasn't, and my children are ready for me to tell my story. So if everything was about the benefit of your children, would it have been appropriate for you to leave your pregnant fiance, Shar Jackson, to join Britney Spears on tour and, completely abandon your relationship and have a full-on affair and everything else with Britney Spears? Like, what are we talking about here? Talking about you apologize to Shar Jackson allegedly in the book? No. If you were sorry, you wouldn't have carried on to marry Britney Spears and have 2 kids with her. You wanted access to the money and the lifestyle. Which brings me to my next point. Now, Britney Spears fans are, saying not only should you, boycott this upcoming memoir that's going to be nothing but lies, nothing but fabrication, nothing but foolishness, that's really just designed for Kevin Federline, like I said, to put the nail in the coffin of Britney Spears' relationship with her sons. And it already is tumultuous to begin with, just due to the conservatorship, due to the issues with the estate and her father and Kevin Federline and all of the poison and the brainwashed lies that have been told to these kids, since Kevin has had primary custody, because Britney Spears, unfortunately, she had lost it. She lost it, and this is a cautionary tale for those of you who want to be famous in this music industry. That if you don't do what they want you to do, you literally can lose your mind. And then it doesn't help matters. You have nobody in your corner that is into you for you. Your family wants your money. The men you're with, they want access to the A-list lifestyle and your money. And if they feel that they're not getting the attention that they need from you, or that you're too big for them, or they can venture out on their own, they're going to pull a Justin Timberlake. They're going to pull a Sam. They're going to pull all these exes that decided to leave Britney and take advantage of her at her most vulnerable times of her life. And, and want to act like, it was what it was. No. This is absolutely flat out disgusting. But I wanted to read y'all some lyrics from Britney's, one of my favorite albums, her Circus album. And this is a song I believe Pharrell produced, because it sounds like him in the background. It's called Why Should I Be Sad, Y'all? And I just want to read y'all the lyrics. They couldn't believe I did it, but I was so committed. My life was so restricted for you. I drove inside it blind. I couldn't see what swam inside. Thought that be romantic for you. Exchanged my vows and said it all. On the ledge, prepare to fall. Even scream it. DAM in it for you. My friend said you would play me, but I just said they're crazy. You should have listened to him, Britney. While I was crying frantic, was it true that when she lost her mind? Why should I be sad? Heaven knows. From the stupid freaking things that you do. Why should I get mad? Feel sad? Who knows? Let's take it all as a sign that we're through. Goodbye. It's time for me to move along. Goodbye. It's time for me to get it on. Okay. Tired of singing sad songs. All right. It's time for me. Britney, let's go. I sent you to Vegas with a pocket full of paper and with no ultimatums on you. I thought what could separate us, but it just only seemed like Vegas only brought the player out of you. Hey, baby, what's your name? Lavish homes and fancy cars, even got the drop Ferrari, filled up our garage for you. Basically, Britney was a sugar mama. She was spending all this money, all this shmoney on this leeching ex-husband of hers, and he did not appreciate it and still was out here in the streets. Lavish homes and fancy cars, even got the drop Ferrari, filled up our garage for you. Major choice with all the teams, People and Us magazines. How convenient. The same articles, the same publications now that are still bashing Britney Spears in 2025. Make it make sense. Tell me who did I do that for? Who? So basically, Kevin was, wanting to request to be a part of the media, a part of the spotlight, because he could not get anything on his own without the Britney Spears connection. Why should I be sad? Heaven knows. From the stupid freaking things that you'll do. Why should I get mad? Feel sad? Who knows? Let's take it as a sign that we're through. And then the other part, so this part is about the kids, and don't you worry about our angels, which is about their two sons, all the magazines trying to intervene, saying things in the gossip section. They'll get good guidance and will be trained well. Well, unfortunately, Britney, I do think that they were getting trained well with you, but I think all that went to the HELL handbasket the moment that you lost custody of these kids. They'll get guidance and get trade well. I don't think that's happening. Don't worry, I'll keep our little secret. But I asked this question. So I wonder what secret is that Britney Spears has got on Kevin Federline. I wonder what tea. And see, that's the thing. She really can blow up these exes. She really could blow up Justin Timberlake and blow up Kevin Federline if she really wanted to. And she's chosen not to. She's chosen not to, you guys. Regardless of what you think her mental state is, a lot of things I don't believe Britney was lying about. like I said, she just unfortunately has terrible taste in men, and she has a family that just wants all of her money. And you know, because they can't do anything without her. But I just don't want to see something to where they are, you know, we're at this point where since Britney's not going to continue to tour, she's not putting out new music, she's not doing any of these things, it gets to a point where they're going to be like, well, Britney is worth more unalive than she is alive. And I don't want that to be the case, you guys. That's why I'm worried about her. And I don't think there's anybody positive that is in her corner, that is really helping her, that has her best interest, because I still feel like somebody's putting something in something. That's why we see these wild videos of Britney. Because I feel like some weird nefarious stuff is going on. And there's either a handler there or there's something else. Something's not right. And I still don't feel she's completely out of the conservatorship either. That's just my thoughts, right? I feel like, yes, her father's removed, allegedly, as the conservatorship, but it sounds like there still might be people there who do not have her best interest either. But I felt like the mini reunion with one of her sons recently, I felt like that was because the child support stopped, and was probably at the suggestion of Kevin Federline. And after that, it probably, you know, didn't go the way that they wanted, if they were asking her money or trying to hit her up or whatever else. And that's why they're probably estranged again. That's what I think, right? But nonetheless, that's it. That's all. Es todos es final, es finito for this video. It's the end of the line. It's the end of the road for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post a content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.